There once was a gambler from Reno who lost at blackjack and keno. He always got burned till he finally learned there was a much better casino on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Jan. That must be the only limerick you've ever been able to say on television, Gene. Thank you. Hello there. Welcome. And a nice limerick from William Hoffer of Front Royal, Virginia, watching us at WHFSV TV, Channel 3. Thank you, William. Now we're going to open up the board and get to the cards. Janice and Lois starting loading them in. We're in the middle of the tiebreaker with these card sharks. Marty Uslainer, our champion. Hi, Marty. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Wearing the champion's red, I see. Won't you again tell us about yourself?
I'm Marty Uslainer, and I live in Tarzana. I've been married 10 years, have 2 gorgeous little boys. I'm a physical education teacher, and it's just real nice to be here.
We were talking about several things with what you've done. What is the hardest to teach as a physical education teacher? What's the hardest thing to teach a youngster?
Well, to listen, I think.
To listen?
I teach, when I taught high school, I taught boys also. And sometimes that was a little bit rough because they're not used to a woman knowing anything about sports. So I had to convince them I knew something before they'd listen real well.
I suspect you won out, Marty.
Sometimes.
You've done very well here. Marty
you.
has won $1,500 in cash, a good champion. And Jack Toby is the challenger. Hi, Jack. Nice to see you again. I'm fine, and a little reminder about you.
Well, I'm a Kentucky hillbilly originally. We've been out here about 6 years. I'm married, have 5 beautiful children, involved in a lot of sports, soccer, football, basketball right now, and baseball. And I'm the world's largest meat wrapper. That's my business. We're in the meat packaging business.
And we found on the last show you're 6'8", so I guess whatever you decide to do, you would be among the 5 kids in 6 years.
Right.
Are you done, or are you trying out for one of our polls of over 10?
My wife's going to kill me. No, we've been married about 17 years.
Oh, 17
yes,
years.
We've been out here about 6 years.
Yes, otherwise your wife definitely would kill you. That's
Big trouble.
Nice to have you back. You both cut the cards at the beginning of the match?
Yes.
Right.
We'll pick up where we left off. And we left off at a very tense moment. We play the best 2 games out of 3. Each player has 1 game, so we set up for the tiebreaker. And after 1 question, Marty has moved over. She is now right up the middle with an 8, needing 1 card. Jack has yet to turn over a card. It's question 2 of the tiebreaker, and as we left off, Jack, it goes to you. We asked 100 Playboy bunnies, do you ever feel silly dressing up like a rabbit? How many Playboy bunnies said they do feel silly dressed like a rabbit?
Boy, I tell you, if I was a gal and had to dress up like a rabbit,
You'd look
I would
ridiculous,
look
Jack,
ridiculous and probably feel just as bad. But I think a lot of them would say, no, they really don't, because it's a great job, and they're great to look at besides. But I would say it would be...
How many do feel silly?
32.
32 out of 100 Playboy bunnies said they feel silly dressed like a rabbit.
I think if I had a body like one of those Playboys, I wouldn't feel silly at all. I would feel wonderful, so it's much lower.
You say lower.
They feel good.
Because I think when we posed the question to them, do you feel silly dressed like a rabbit, they probably didn't occur to some of them. Jack says 32, Marty says lower. The actual number of Playboy bunnies who feel silly dressing up like a rabbit is 38. It is not lower. Jack, you got it. Jack was very close, and Jack will find out in the tiebreaker what you have. An ace!
Oh, great. But down, Jim, lower.
Lower than the ace, a 2!
Higher,
We have
Jim.
a new champion if it's higher. Wow, look at those cards for the championship. Ace, deuce, ace, and Jack wins it. Woo. Marty, we have to say goodbye. You're a fine champion. Leaving us with $1,500.
Thank you very much.
Marty Uslander. Jack, come on down here. Well, at 6'4", I feel like a midget, Jack, next to you. And Jack's going to go for the big money with the money cards, and we're going to go for it right now. I must ask you, Jack, before we went on the air, you cut the money cards, yes, in the event that you should win?
That's correct.
All right, that means the cards that you cut are getting all set to be dealt out there, and let's get over there to the money cards as soon as the podium stops, Jack. Come on. Hop on up there. And see how everything rises up to your full height there, Jack. Perfect. We're going to give you $200 in new money, 3 cards to bet as you will. Second level, we add another $200 of betting money, 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, where you must risk at least half the money. Good luck, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Here's $200. Remember, too, that you can change the base card on each level if you need to. Thank you, Lois. We'll start, Jack.
Ace. Big ace or deuce.
And a 9.
Oh, change that card, Jim.
You must play this one.
Come on, be there.
A 2,
great
card.
All of it higher, Jim.
$200
All of it higher.
with this card is higher than a 2.
Ace.
Yes,
oh,
Jack.
Good card.
400.
I'll go $100 lower, Jim.
$100 lower than a jack.
Be
He's
there.
right again with a
Great
3.
card. All of it, Jim, higher. All
This
of
is
it higher.
$1,000 if this card
Be
is
there.
higher.
Big
It
card.
is.
Oh.
Good job on the bottom level. $1,000 will move up to 6. Give me the other 200.
Change that card, Jim, please.
He made a great change before. Let's see if he
Be
can
there.
do it again.
Big
On this
card.
level, a queen. Good card.
Good card. I'll say $400 lower, Jim.
$400 lower than a queen. He's right.
Oh.
And in the middle with 1,600.
I'll say $100 higher, Jim. 100 higher.
Higher than an 8.
Be there.
Right
Oh.
again with a jack. 1,700.
I'll say $400 lower, Jim.
Bet
400
on the
lower.
jack. $400
Be there.
lower. No. First one that
card.
failed you, but it is a good card that we're moving up
card.
for the big bet. With $1,300, you've got a king, Jack.
Okay, Jim, I'm going to go all of it lower. All of it lower.
All or
Jim.
nothing. And that means nothing or $2,600 if this is lower.
Wait,
It is $2,600.
Great.
Way to go, Jack. And with the 200 in the game, that's 2,800 for one game. Come on down. Lovely, lovely. How sweet it is. We're very happy for Jack Toby, and he's going to defend the title against a new challenger in a moment right after this. Way to go. Way to go.